Hey everyone, this is Thruvin and I welcome you all to Global Power Platform Bootcamp 2021. You are watching the hands-on session for Power Virtual Agents, and during this session we are going to build one Power Virtual Agents consuming the data from CDS or Dataverse table. So now let's get started. Before we get started, let me give you a little bit introduction about me. Myself Dhruvin Shah and I am working as Power Platform Specialist and Microsoft 365 developer in one of the reputed company at Gujarat, Ahmedabad. I am an active blogger and YouTuber having published 120 plus article and 480 plus tech videos on my YouTube channel. You can follow me on all my social media handles over here, and this is the shortcut URL where you can find all of my social media handles in one link. Just click on this link, it will be redirecting you to the browser window, and from here you can follow me on all my social media handles. First of all, let me show you what end outcome that we are going to represent at the end of the session. First of all, we are going to build one type of chatbot where, let's say, I just wanted to find out that what is the status for my device order. So let's say I'm just typing hi over here, and now it is asking that how can I help you today. So we can just type need help, and based on that it will ask some more question to ask that. First of all, let's provide your email address. So let me just provide my email address over here, and let's say which product you want to find, you need to provide that. So in response it is asking that please enter your device name. So let's say my device name is Microsoft Surface, so I'm just searching for Microsoft. So it will find out that thing from my Dataverse or CDS table, and based on that it will show all the products that are founding from the database. So it is printing that we are checking the records, we found two records, and it is showing the name for both of these two record, and it will show the approval status as well, like this is something which has been rejected on this date, and this is something which is in progress at this moment. Did that answer your question? So yes, it answered my question. So we just need to type yes, and then it is asking for the rating experience, right? So this is the overall chatbot that we are going to build at the end of the session, right? So how can we start to build this type of chatbot with Power Virtual Agents? Let's get started with that thing. Now, before we get started, let me talk about some prerequisites that you need to consider before you get started for this session. First of all, this is the Bootcamp hands-on. You need to download this Bootcamp hands-on from my GitHub repository, and you need to follow each individual steps over here. Now, if you do not want to go through the hands-on, check this video till end, because I am explaining each individual steps that are mentioned into this hands-on into this video. Now, before we get started, we need to consider few prerequisites. First of all, make sure that you have signed up yourself for a Power Virtual Agents and you activate the trial version in order to perform this proof of concept. So first of all, open up this URL, and from there you can just click on start free, and that will sign up your Power Virtual Agents. So make sure you activated trial version of Power Virtual Agent, or if you already have the license activated, we are good with that. Now, once we build that, we need to start building our Power Virtual Agents chatbot. So I am going to show you that step in detail over here. Now, one more important thing. For this example, I am going to use CDS or Dataverse table to apply a query from the user input. Now, this table is already prepared in my earlier session. So if you haven't visited my Power BI session, just go through that. There I have mentioned all the steps to create the CDS or Dataverse entity. So make sure that you created those table. Now, let's get started with the development part. Now, first of all, I opened my Power Apps portal, and here I have prepared a table called device order, and which has already some data. Now this is one 3ds entity that we have prepared in our earlier session. Links are down below in the description box. The steps are mentioned into Power BI hands-on. So make sure that you follow and develop this type of Dataverse table over here. Now let's get started with Power Virtual Agents part. To open the Power Virtual Agents, you just need to simply click on this link, that is powerva.microsoft.com. Now let's create our new chatbot. For that, click on this bot panel, and click on new bed. Now let's give the name of our chatbot as device order and let's select language as English. And now select the environment. So you need to use the same environment where you have your Dataverse or CDS table available. So in my case it is available into my default environment, so I'm selecting that one. But if you have another separate environment, you can go with that. Just click on create. So that will create your chatbot and this will take some time. The chatbot has been created successfully. Now we need to create one topic over here. For that, just go to the topic section and click on new topic. Now, first of all, you need to provide the name of your topic. So let's provide the name of the topic as check device order. I provided all of this information into hands-on, so make sure that you open your hands-on as well. Now, we need to provide the trigger phases. Trigger phases means if you type something, this topic should be called. So let's say if user type need help, it will call this topic. Or let's say if user type check device order, even at that time, this trigger phase will be called. Now, it also supports some natural language, but here we need to provide the maximum possibility where this trigger should be called, right? So let's add this type of different triggers, and all of this trigger has been mentioned into hands-on on page number 6. Hands-on link is available in the description box. So I added all the trigger phrases over here. And now we just need to save our topic. So let's save this topic. And now it's time to click on Go Authoring Canvas. So let's click on that. Now let's say when user type need help, then we should ask them that enter your email address, right? So for that, what we need to do here is just remove this message. Now click here and just click on ask a question. Now here we just need to type, please enter the email address which you want to register for your order. So let's paste our question here. Now in response we need user's entire response. So let's keep that, and now let's rename our variable as email because here we are storing our email. So let's store that. Now once we are getting the user's email address, then we need to ask the device name. So we will ask one more question to our customer. So let's click here and click on ask question, and now let's type a question that please enter device name. From here let's select user's entire response, and now let's store this variable as variable device name, right? So we ask two questions. Now based on these two questions we want to trigger one flow which will find out that for this user how many items are available inside this particular table and what is its approval status, right? For that we need to trigger a flow. For that, click on add node and click on call an action. And now we need to create a flow. Let's click on create a flow. So that will create a new flow for it and it will show this type of out of the box template. Now here we need two inputs. Now here first of all we need two input. One is email and one is device name. So let's pass two input variable as a text, and now let's provide the name of our input, that is email, and second one is device name. So let's provide that. All the names are available in the hands-on. Now as a next step, what we want to do here is once we provide the initializing variable, then we need to query our CDS action. For that, click on add action and now search for list records. Click on common data service, and now here we have an action, list rows or list record. This name is sometimes changed oftenly, so we just need to provide that. Now here we need to select the table name. So in our cases we need to select for device order. So let's search for that. Click on show advanced option. Now here we have the filter query option. Here we need to query based on two columns. One is requested by, means who is the requester, and second one is device name. Let's add our query. For that we just need to use the internal name. So first of all, let's say we have the requested by column. So here the internal name is CR138 requested by. So let's copy this name and let's provide it to here, that CR138 requested by equal to the email that we have passed. So we just need to have it and click here, add dynamic value. So we need to provide the device name, we need to provide the email. So let's provide that, right? And after that we need to type, and we need to use contents query on product name, right? So we just need to use contents, and inside that we want to apply this field based on the device name. So just go here and copy the internal name of the device name. So this is my device name, so let's copy that and provide it over here, device name, and then single quote, and inside that we need to provide device name, right? So we prepared our filter query, right? Once we do this, we need to initialize some variables. So we just need to add an action called initialize variable, and we just need to provide the variable name. So let's say first variable we want to define message, and its type should be string, and let's have over here as 0, which is basically used to find out that how many records that we found from our data set. So we just need initialize that variable. Similar way, initialize one more variable over here, that is device name. So let's provide the device name as string. Let's copy this action again, and now let's paste some more variable. Third variable would be delivery date. So let's provide that. Similar way, let's add one more status, paste again and provide status. And at last we wanted to have the markdown table. So markdown table is something which will provide the output as a table structure. So let's provide that, and now provide the name here as v markdown table, and let's provide the string. So you just need to copy this value from the hands-on and paste it over here. So it will be looking like this. They are the table headers, and after that we just need to provide its alignment over here, right? So this is thing. So we have defined 5 different variables over here. Now here we have initialized the message as 0. Now let's set the value of the message. So add an action and let's use set variable, select status, and here we need to provide we found records. How many records do we found here? We need to provide it in a formula. So select here and open up the formula bar. So let's add an expression. So we will use length function, right? So we just added a formula, length of body, from the previous section. Now we need to use apply to each. Inside that we need to provide the value, and now we need to set each individual variable over here. So first of all we will set status, delivery date, device name, and then at last we will set the markdown table. First of all, set a status, go to the values and add an expression. Just provide the expression that I have provided in the hands-on. set variable as delivery date, and we just need to pass estimated ship date over here. So click here and search for estimated ship date. Now let's add one more variable, device name, and here we have device name. Now let's append our markdown table. For that, let's just use append to string variable. Let's use markdown table. Now in value, first of all press enter key. Now then pipeline, then space. First of all we need to print the device name. So from here let's search for the device name. Then space pipeline. Then space, we need to provide one formula, like if date is blank we need to print as blank, otherwise we need to format it to ddmmyy. So we just have this formula, if delivery date is blank then blank else ddmmyy, right? After that we need to provide one space pipeline, then space. We need to add one more formula, that is for approval status. If status is equal to blank, we need to consider that is in progress, otherwise it would be the status value. So let's add one more expression, if status equal to blank then in progress else status, right? So let's add that, then space and pipeline. So we have added appended to string. Now in return we need to pass both of these variable from here. So the first return variable is markdown table, and inside that we need to provide markdown variable, and similar way pass one more variable called vMessage and pass our message, that how many records it has. So pass that and let's save the flow. Now go to your Power Virtual Agents and add a node and click on call action. Now here you will be able to see the flow that you just created, that is Power Virtual Agent flow template. Let's pass email and device name, that is email and that is your device name, right? And now we are done with that. Now here we simply need to print some messages. So first of all, let print a message, show a message, that we are checking records, how many records do we have, enter. And now whatever the end outcome, that is vMessage, we wanted to print here. So let's have that vMessage, right? And after that we just wanted to show the markdown table. So let's have show table, and now let's provide markdown table, right? And at the end what we want to do here is end of the conversation and end with survey, right? Let's save this topic. Now let's test the chatbot. Let's type hi. Now let's type need help. Now we need to provide the email address. Now we need to provide the product name, that is Microsoft. So it will find all the records which contains Microsoft as product, that is ordered by this user. So here you can see that it is showing two records with its estimated ship date and approval status, right? Did that answer your question? Yes. And now rate the experience as 5, right? So this is how we can easily create our chatbot with Power Virtual Agent. Now it's time to publish our chatbot. So go to the home menu, and now here we have an option, publish your bot. Click on go to publish and click on publish. Click publish. So it is publishing our latest content, right? Now we just need to click on configure channels, and now just click on demo website. Here it is providing this URL. Now let's paste it over here and let's check that how this chatbot is looking like. So you can see that the chatbot is looking like this. So this is how our Power Virtual Agent chatbot will work. And we and we completed this entire hands-on in detail. So if you have any question, you can add your question in the comment section, as well as if you have any other question, you can directly email to this email address, or you can connect me on any of the social media handles over here. Alright, so hope this is clear for you now. If you are for the first time to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe and press the bell notification to never miss any updates from my channel. Stay connected with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and podcast. If you are interested to listen different Power Platform audio podcast, click on this link. It will be redirecting you to this page. From here you can listen your favorite Power Platform podcast on Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify and much more. Also, if you are interested to listen the Instagram learning for Power Platform, click on this link. It will be redirecting you to my Instagram homepage. From here you can listen or learn different concept of Power Platform from Instagram. Also, if you are interested for any short video related Power Platform, here is a separate channel for that is Digital Dhruvin. Just click on that, it will be redirecting you to the screen. From here you can listen your favorite Power Platform short video in this channel. This is Dhruvin signing off. See you in the next session. Have a great day. Goodbye.